One of the most fascinating discovery of modern medicine is that inside each one of us exists an extraordinary invisible ecosystem. Trillions of organisms, bacteria, fungi, viruses that all together create what we call it microbiome. And this small community is in constant communication with entire our body, from our immune system to our nervous system and to our metabolism. That's why I find nutrition so fascinating, because mental health never been about only brain. Brain is a part of this extraordinary biological network and never work in isolation. And microbiome are one of the most important partner of this ecosystem. As a matter of fact, microbiomes, they train our immune system, they control our metabolism, and they produce substances that are in constant communication with our brain through various pathways, as well as vagus nerve, hormones, and immune messengers. So their role doesn't finish only here. The research shows that they have a role in healthy aging, our skin health, energy production, and even how well we respond to everyday stress. But the question is this: how are we going to help this extraordinary community ecosystem that is living inside us? So there are many different ways, of course, through nutrition. But one of my favorite ways, and one of the simplest ways that we can start right today, is fermented food. Fermentation process is nothing that we discovered recently. Thousands of years ago, people before understanding bacteria, microbiomes, they were using fermentation process to preserve food. Fermentation is a simple, natural process in which beneficial bacteria, they transform food. And through this process, not only they transform food, but also they help us to support this microdiversity that is living inside us. Regularly including fermented food in our daily diet, and a balanced diet, is not only supporting our health, our metabolism, but also through gut-brain connection, supports overall well-being. Many of those fermented foods you most probably know, like yogurts, kimchi, kefir, traditional cheese, and even wine. They are a part of various cultures in the world, especially Mediterranean culture. Fermented food is one of the main part of their healthy daily diet and balanced diet. So today we are going to start with one of the easiest way to make a fermented food. Now, buying these things is very easy in supermarket, but the fact is, most of these industrial foods, they contain vinegar, and vinegar can kill these beneficial bacteria, and it's not a natural process of fermentation, and doesn't have the benefit that a traditional way of fermenting food has. So try to make them at home, and you will see how they basically support this ecosystem. And after using it daily in your diet, you will see the changes in your metabolism. So let's start today with this simple way of making it. So all what you need are some vegetables, whatever you have in fridge is okay. I have here pepper, I have cucumber, I have some carrots, some celery. You can use any herbs or whatever spices that you want. I use usually cumin. Not only elevates the taste, but also help us to digest better. Then I have mustard seed. Then I have red pepper, and this is some peppermint. And let's start. So what you need is a container that you can actually close and seal. I think I left the, yeah. is here, and 1 liter of water. And for 1 liter of water, you need 20 grams of salt. Now, usually I use tap water, and if you use tap water, don't forget to boil it before using it. Let it cool down, and it should be room temperature when you use it. But you can also use bottled water. You don't need to then boil it. So here is my water. I added 20 grams of salt on it. So we first should cut our vegetables. I use this one. You can use any knife that you want. Cucumber. Fill the container. So we go to other vegetables. For the vegetables, basically, since first you're going to put the vegetables in a container and then add the water, which is a kind of brine that we prepared already. I never basically bake the vegetables. I just fill it and see when it's full, then it's okay. And as I told you, you can use any vegetables that you have in the fridge. These were the carrots that I cut some time ago and put it in the water in the fridge just as a snack. Now I'm going to use it for fermented garden vegetables. As a matter of fact, sometimes I even add fruits to my vegetables. Now a little bit of basil. Now, I think we are done with vegetables. Now we add, as I told you, these are all optional. You can use whatever spices you like, any kind of herbs that you like. You like it more spicy, you can use Italian pepperoncino. I use cumin. Some people, they don't like the taste of cumin, but I love it. I usually use it. And then now we are going to add the water. And all the vegetables must be submerged in the water. So here we are. Now we take one clean spoon and try to push down the vegetables. If you need to add to it, you will. If not, well, just it's done. It's so easy. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to, it's here. We are going to close it, set it, and put it in a room temperature, not in a direct sunlight. And usually the process takes about couple of weeks. It depends on your taste. You can open it after a couple of weeks, see if it's good for you, so put it in the fridge. And the process of fermentation doesn't stop when you put it in the fridge, but it will be much slower. But if you need it, if you like more stronger flavor and traditional, the garden, the fermented the vegetables, you can even keep it outside for almost a month. And then after, of course, whenever you open it, just put it in the fridge. And meanwhile, take care of yourself. So, goodbye.